Hey, what's up, guys? Robbie here. Welcome back to another video. And if in case you couldn't tell, this is a little different of a video than what you're probably used to. I was meant to be doing a reaction video to the most recent Brawl Talk that came out like a few days ago, but I mentioned in my last Brawl Talk reaction video that YouTube does not work on my Switch 2, so I couldn't actually, record myself reacting to the Brawl Talk. So I'm having to do something a little different here. I have seen the Brawl Talk. I liked it. It was pretty cool. But I actually I've got like a bunch of notes on my little notebook um of like a lot of the details that happen of things in the Brawl Talk for me to talk about and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna be kind of talking about this. So it's not really a Brawl Talk reaction video, it's more like a Brawl Talk discussion video and whatnot. So suppose we'll get started. So to start off, you have season 42 of the Brawl Pass. Crazy to think that we're already 40 plus seasons in. That's crazy. But for this season, Brawl Stars is collabing with Subway Surfers. So that's not a collab I thought was gonna happen anytime soon, but here we are. And we've got an event going on for the whole month. Where you gotta collect rails to earn rewards. You can open boom boxes, just reskin brawl boxes and whatnot. And you can also get Subway Supers. If you guys remember the SpongeBob event from last year, these are kind of modifiers in a way. But they're not just modifiers. They actually do like change your super and whatnot. And like the SpongeBob event, there's 3 levels to each of them. So yeah, and there's gonna be 8 different Subway Supers to check out. So I'll just read them off from this list. First up is Super Sneakers. They let you jump over obstacles, and you get a temporary speed boost and shield from it. Uh, the Brawler Magnet, which lets you pull a brawler to your position, so it's kind of like a Gene Super in a way. And the hoverboard charge lets you dash through obstacles and also damage foes. And there's also a stun at the end of the super. So it's kind of like Bull's reworked super. So yeah. There's barrier trap lets you trap foes with train barriers. So it's kind of like a mini version of Meeple's mansion Meeple gadget. Sort of like that. There's a jetpack where you fly in the air very briefly, and you drop a slowing spray paint. So it's in a way sort of like a kind of like a Janet Super in a way. And there's fast track where you fire damaging train tracks, and if you move along them, you can go faster. So it's kind of like a Jaeong with if you Jaeong's using his speed song and he does his attack, it leaves a speed trail behind. You can go along that to move faster. It's kind of like that. There's stereo track where you'll lob like a boom box, and it does it's like an AOE attack that knocks back foes and leaves a healing area for allies. So that's interesting. And then finally, Pogo Pull, which lets you pull yourself towards enemies or walls. Don't think that's how pogos work, but I mean, I never learned how to use one, so what do I know? Now, I did say that this event was going to be lasting throughout the whole month. There is actually a 4-week event that's happening throughout the whole season. So, in the first week, we have the raining coins modifier, which is basically a good way to get more coins for each battle. And there's coin bags will appear throughout different matches. They did see the main mode that we did see this happening in was paint brawl. So that, I don't know if that's just the one mode we're getting that week, or if there's going to be multiple. I don't know. But more specifically, after collecting coin bags, you have to win the match in order to earn these coin bags. So you're gonna have to get good. During week two, we have a club event, and we have the Mega Train, not the Mega Pig, the Mega Train, and you get 4 tickets every day, and you need to earn rails as a as a club, and if you get 92 wins in your club through the Mega Train event, you can earn a Graffiti Leon skin for free. But we'll get into the skins later. Yeah. Now, week three is it's the biggest one I've got in my notes here. Is this is the release event for the new brawler that's coming out in September, and this is really just this is really just talking about like how Brawl Stars is now going to be releasing new brawlers because there's going to be no more early access. Hey, Trunk was the last the last new brawler to have early access, and now it's going to be slightly different. So what's going to happen for these release events going forward is for 10 days you're going to get 3 daily tickets, and you're going to be playing a random game mode with either any brawler or a maxed out version of the new brawler. So it's kind of like Mega Pig, kind of like ranked in a way. And with, there's also a mirror match mode. And I'm pretty sure that's kind of like showdown, but everyone plays as the same brawler. And this kind of gives you lets you test out the new brawler and whatnot. And every 2 wins in this event, you get a brawler box, which that contains contains brawler cosmetics and the progression items, and also a chance to unlock the new brawler. And I will talk about this new brawler just in a moment, but well, I say a moment. I've still got quite a bit to go through before that. But the new brawler is a mythic, so and the amount boxes required there's like sort of like a max requirement of boxes you get. So like if you like reach that like certain number, if you like, open like a set number of boxes, you are guaranteed to get the brawler. So for example, this new brawler is a mythic brawler, and you gotta open at least 14 brawler boxes to guarantee the you get the new brawler. But you could get the brawler earlier or than 14 boxes. You might pull it on your first, you might pull it on your 10th, who knows? And yeah, this is probably gonna vary depending on the rarity of the new brawlers that come out. So like if a new epic brawler comes out, you might only need like 8 boxes. If a new legendary brawler comes out, you might need 20. If an ultra legendary brawler comes out, you might need like 40 or something. I don't know. Um, But if you're too lazy to actually take part in the event, you can just buy brawler boxes in the shop for like 70 odd gems and whatnot. And if you miss the trial period, the 10 days trial period and whatnot, if you miss out on that, or if you didn't get the brawler in like 14 boxes, or if you're just shy of that or whatnot, then the brawler will be added to the star road, so you technically won't miss out. So yeah, so that's all happening in week three. And week four is just daily contests. You can pick like up to one of like 3 modes and whatnot. You play from there, and the event will end on the 30th of September, which is a Tuesday. So it's like that's 4 weeks on Tuesday as of recording this. And speaking of the rails from earlier, if you collect enough of these rails, you can get a the Jake Ollie skin for free. So so that's cool. Again, I'll get into the skins in a little later. There is also a new game mode, which this is actually a pretty fun game mode. It's called Subway Run. This is going to be just exclusive for the Subway Surfers event. It is a 10 players, so kind of like showdown, but it is a race. You gotta go all across the map and go through all the checkpoints, and the first one to get to the final checkpoint wins. And you can you defeat enemies, you get yourself a massive speed boost, but also send foes to the last checkpoint. So I can imagine it gets a bit. You can imagine maybe it gets a little intense. So we'll see. Have to see how that goes. But also, the Subway Supers modifier will also be there, so you use Subway Supers during that event and whatnot. And you also need to avoid the guard. There's the guard from Subway Surfers is gonna be there, and he'll be going around, and he'll hurt you if you bump into him and whatnot. Finally, we get to talk about the skins. I already mentioned Jake Ollie and Graffiti Leon. Graffiti Leon is it's just Leon, but he's got like kind of like a graffiti texture on his hoodie and whatnot. And Jake Ollie is based off Jake from Subway Surfers. He's the guy you see on the app and whatnot. And but for the other skins, we have Streetwear M's, which is the Brawl Pass skin. It's a pretty cool skin. I do need to. I want to preface this before I forget. A lot of the details of the Brawl Talk were actually leaked like the week before like the Brawl Talk came out. It was meant to come out originally on the 23rd, but the Brawl Talk ended up coming out on the 30th because I mentioned with Trunk before. Access, but that actually got delayed by 3 weeks. It was meant to come out at the end of July. The early access was meant to start at the end of July. Then he was meant to come out like on the 7th, and but he ended up the early access ended up being pushed to the 21st. Then he came out on the 28th. Then Brawl Talk got delayed by a week, and then the leaks happened the day that the Brawl Talk was meant to happen, and yeah, let's just say some people weren't too surprised about what they saw in the Brawl Talk, but it is what it is. But back to the same before. Streetwear M's is it's a pretty cool skin. I like it. I'll definitely gonna have to wait to buy it with bling and whatnot. And she's also gonna have two chroma variants in the Brawl Pass Plus. Got a Hype Beast M's, which is like a sort of neon green kind of color variant, and Techwear M's, which is or is a silvery color, very kind of retro future ish. I think it's pretty cool. We have a Jam Master Hank, which I really like. I think that's a really cool Hank skin. Definitely gonna try save up my bling for that because the only Hank skin I have is Shark Tank Hank, and that one's not really I don't know, it's not really impressive to me in my opinion. Like with Graffiti Leon, we also have graffiti skins for Stu and Ali. So those are all three of those skins are the Leon, Stu, and Ali skins. Those are all super rares, so that's cool. We have other Subway Surfer skins aside from Jake Ollie. We've got Tricky Janet and Frank Byron. Those Tricky and Frank. Those are two different playable characters you can get in Subway Surfers and whatnot. And the last skin for more specifically for the Subway Surfers season, we have a hypercharged skin for Poco. And gotta say it's really cool. I really like it. Yeah, the default design it's all right. It's kind of like carrying like a DJ turntable on him instead of like his guitar and whatnot. And then when he's actually, you pop your hypercharge and change his form and whatnot, he's got like this cool, like ghostly spirit that follows him, and it's he looks really dope. I like it. And we have and he's also got some Chroma variants. We have Scratcher Poco and Beat Matcher Poco. I actually didn't write down what the color differences were. I wrote them down for the M's skin Chroma variant, but I forgot to do it for the Poco. The Poco Hypercharged skin. Forgive me. I wrote like I spent like 3 hours writing these notes at like yesterday evening, so I was pretty tired afterwards. So you'll have to forgive me. Uh, but anyways, finally talking about the new brawler that's coming out in the September season, we have Mina. She is a mythic damage dealer. She's like this capoeira break dancer. She's going to be part of the Skate Beats trio with Ollie. So that's pretty neat. Kind of bummed that we got a new member for Ollie's trio before we got anything for Charlie and Kit. Poor Charlie and Kit, they've been lonely for so long. In due time, I'm sure they'll add new brawlers for them in due time. But so for Mina's main attack, it's pretty interesting. She actually cycles through three different attacks. The first attack is long range but doesn't deal that much damage. Second attack deals a little more damage but is a bit shorter ranged, and the third attack is much shorter range but deals a lot more damage. And it kind of cycles through them with if each time you hit an enemy, and you got like a little short window to kind of combo these. And if you're moving while you're using these attacks, you dash forward in the direction you're facing. But if the combo happens to be broken or you miss the short window of time, then the cycle restarts and you gotta start the one attack again. And as for her super, she sends a tornado at you and knocks foes into the air. You know, as capoeira dancers do and whatnot. But they didn't mention any new any like the 29 gem skins that they've done for like most of the new brawlers they've released. Not, they haven't done that either for the brawler coming out in October. So maybe this is probably with the change with early access, because with early access you'd get the new brawler, you'd get some like progression stuff like pins, sprays, and then at the end you'd get the 29 gem skin. But that is not the case here because early access is gone and whatnot. But suppose we'll have to wait and see. But I think I do remember. I think it was when I watched OJ's video on the leaks. I think may have saw a graffiti Mina skin. I'm not 100% sure. Don't hold me on that. But that's we'll have to wait and see. And while we're all still on the topic of stuff about Brazil, we have the Careta skins. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's probably some like Brazil themed stuff that I go way over my head. We have El Grillo, which is a skin for Primo. He's kind of in this like ladybug hoodie. I'm not 100% sure what he's meant to be. It's very weird. We've got Caretta Spike, which is meant to be like this beat down, like broken down, rusted, like animatronic kind of thing. Kind of reminds me of a Robo Spike, with sort of like a zombie texture, kind of. And we have Crazy Clown Carl. I mean, that's the most simple one out of the three. And that was everything just for the September season. God, like we're 19 minutes in, and I've only been talking about like these season 42 stuff. So let's take a break from that. Let's talk about hypercharges. We've got 8 coming this season. First up, we have Ollie. Ollie's hypercharge ain't no half supering, which basically he now jumps with his super because usually when he uses super he just dashes forward, but now he jumps. He he jumps quite far. Bro's got the hops on that board, and the radius is like twice as big, and also he doesn't use up as much ammo. Or I didn't really see how much ammo he used. I know in his regular super he uses like an ammo and a half, but I'm gonna maybe presume he now only uses half an ammo. Um, so yeah. And now we have Byron. Finally, Byron gets a hypercharge. It's called Unstable Concoction. Basically, he throws his potion as usual, but wherever the potion lands, there's like 12 projectiles shoot out from it, and they're just like basic Byron projectiles, so they will poison you if you touch them. So yeah. And next we have Finks with temporal traveling. So whenever Finks throws out his super when he's using his hypercharge, there'll be like a little time circle around him. So it's actually basically just the wasabi power he had in May. So I mean, if it works, it works. uh, so I mean that's kind of cool. Obviously you have like two time circles kind of going around and whatnot. And the time circle around things does follow him. I should mention that before I forget. Jaeyong, his hypercharge is called Crowd Pleaser. It's kind of a basic one. His super charges much faster, and the effects of his super is are a lot stronger. So obviously you're gonna move around a lot faster when he pops one, and you're gonna heal a lot when he pops another. So yeah, and next up, we have Juju, and I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce this. I think it's Bokor. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I'll just pronounce it Bokor for now. Um, Basically, it summons a, a bigger Gree, and it just does more damage, is faster, and has more health. And this is kind of similar to the Wasabi power she had in May. And I mean, I know I think you mentioned in the Brawl Stars is kind of reusing the Wasabi powers, but I mean, it kind of works in a way. I mean, mutations were kind of similar to that during the Godzilla event that we had last year. Anyways, next we have probably maybe my favorite one is ironically for Meeple, and it's called the Last Rule Bender. Love the Avatar reference. And so the super is much bigger, and of course, because Meeple loves to break the rules, he the super lets him walk through walls and on water, which is just very fitting for Meeple as a character. But I do kind of wonder, like, when you're using the hypercharge super and you're standing on water, what happens when the hypercharge super runs out? I presume you just get knocked back onto land and whatnot. But yeah. But the other another favorite hypercharge for this update, Larry and Lori. Finally, they get a hypercharge this update. I've been waiting so long for them to get. I've been wanting them to get a hypercharge for like a year or so now. But their hypercharge is called the Three bot problem. So it basically your super summons two lorries. One is the regular lorry, and the other is basically it's just a stronger lorry. It's more damage, more health, and whatnot. And they also did mention that the any gadgets relating to Lori, like when they have like the switch, they switch around like positions or weapons, it only affects the original Lori. So sorry, Hypercharge Lori, you existing is enough as is, I guess. Next up is Trunk. Your last up is Trunk. His hypercharge is called Retread, which basically whenever he dashes, he leaves ants on the enemies, and they deal damage over time, and they kind of do a decent bit of damage. So Trunk may be the only one out of the Enchanted Woods trio that doesn't have access to the Shadow Realm, but he'll send you to the Shadow Realm one way or another. Just not the Shadow Realm you might expect. And also need to mention this. Unfortunately, Pam's hypercharge was is not coming this update. It originally was. We did see it in the leaks. Basically, her turret just it can overheal you, give you a temporary shield like her Wasabi power. But unfortunately, it's not coming this update. Just why Brawl Stars? Why? Why do we have to wait so long for Pam to get her hypercharge? Why? Uh, but hopefully, hopefully Pam will get her hypercharge next update. Hopefully, I swear if they don't, I'm gonna riot. It's just her, Ali, and the two new brawlers that don't have hypercharges yet. So yeah. But moving on, we got some more skins. This is for Brawl Academy. We're yeah, the Brawl Academy theme that we had back during the Ranger Ranch season when Pearl came out. So we've got more skins based on some of the skins we saw in the loading screen that didn't make it into the game beforehand. We have Eldritch Professor Barley. Barley's getting his 30th skin by now. I swear Barley has so many skins at this point. Like him, Colt, and Dynamite, and Primo. They've got so many skins. Just Brawl Stars. Be sure to give some skins to the other guys, okay? And we've got a Prankster Chester. I remember seeing that skin in the loading screen. Truant Penny. I don't remember seeing that skin. And we also got an updated version of Cheerleader Rosa. They said they updated it because they wanted to match the original vision they had for her. So she's got like new animations and whatnot. Not like new victory animations, and I'm assuming new losing animations. So that's cool. And also we have another just random skin I just chucked in here. We've got Fisherman Buzz. It's based off the fisherman from Clash Royale. And that's you can get that through Supercell ID rewards and whatnot, so that's cool. And finally, we could talk about season 43. This is the October season, which means it's Halloween. Woo, spooky. For the Brawloween event, you gotta collect sweets. So I presume you just yeah, you get these from you just get these from your daily wins or beating the special spooky bosses and whatnot. And you can instantly spend these sweets on a trick, or you can save them up for a treat. So I mean, we did see in the video that it was like like it was like with a trick that looked like it was like a reskinned dead box that we had from last year's Brawloween, and the treat is a it was actually a trophy box, or like a small trophy box. So yeah, that's that. And of course, it wouldn't be Brawloween if we didn't have any spooky themed skins. So for the Brawl Pass skin, we've got a Plague Doctor Crow, which is a pretty cool skin. I do remember that being leaked with the Subway Surfer skins and whatnot. And we've also got variants called for Death Door Crow and Old Tundra Crow. I didn't write down what colors these were either, but pretty sure Death Door Crow is I think it's more of a white silvery color, and I definitely remember Old Thunder Crow being a more like orange deserty kind of color. It's kind of cool. And we have some other spooky skins. We have Ghost Diver Rico, so that's obviously based on like the haunted the ghost in a diver suit and whatnot, seaweed and whatnot. We have Abe, which is actually a skin for Bee. It's like a little vampire bat bee. Then I maybe just realizing the joke. I was like, why is they spell her name backwards? But I just realized I think it's meant to be a joke on Alucard. Yeah, Alucard from Castlevania. His name backwards is just Dracula because Alucard is the son of Dracula. 'Cause I think maybe that's what the joke here was. So if that is the case, that's very funny. Yeah, we got Gargoyle Artides. Pretty all right. We have a Teen Ruffs, which is actually just a werewolf skin for Ruffs. It's pretty cool. I like it. We have a the Headless Tickman, which is a skin for Tick. It's our second Headless Horseman based skin. We already had Stu get one from like a couple years ago, but yeah, I guess Tick can have one. Why not? And that actually makes sense because Tick throws his head when he uses his super and whatnot. But also, one more. We have Kizu Kenji, which is just a like a ghostly recolor of the hypercharge Oni Kenji skin, which I'm still sad I do not have. I was like 14 sushi away from getting it. I'll have you know. So I mean, I don't know if I can like earn this for free or not, or or if I can earn it without having to get a chance of it in an ultra trophy box or whatnot. But if I can get it without having to use an ultra trophy box, I can maybe redeem myself for not getting it during the May season. And speaking of the October season, we have our second brawler for the update, Ziggy. Now we actually did see Ziggy earlier earlier than as in like about a month or two ago when Brawl Stars went to San Diego Comic Con this year at the end of July. They revealed Ziggy, and he is a mythic controller who's I've got described as a electric glam rock illusionist because he's kind of got like a glam rock rocker aesthetic going on, and he's part of this new trio called the Illusionizards, which is it's a bit of a weird. It's illusion wizards, but the magic he does isn't illusions. It's actual like magic he does. So for his main attack, he summons a lightning bolt with his staff. There is a small delay between each bolt, but it's still pretty powerful all the same. Um, his super, which is probably the thing that a lot of people talk about when it comes to Ziggy, he summons like this large electric storm, and I mean like large. It's like a big AOE, and it whenever wherever he was aiming the super, it moves slowly forward, or it moves forward, and it deals damage. And if there's an enemy brawler inside the storm, then the super will slow down, maybe to like try and deal more damage or or give the enemies a chance to run away, stuff like that. And no 29 gem skin for Ziggy either, and I'm also presuming they're just gonna, like with Mina, we're gonna have to try unlock Ziggy through brawler boxes and whatnot. And I also should mention, it seems like now they're changing how they're releasing brawlers, because usually they would release the new brawler on like the first Thursday of the month, because that would be because obviously the early access would happen the week before. So but now obviously with Trunk being released way later than he was meant to be, and judging by the Mina release event happening during the September season, it seems like the new brawlers are going to be coming out in like the middle of the month instead of near the beginning of the month. So I mean, we'll see how that goes. See how that goes. And just to kind of wrap things up, we've got just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. So first off, the Brawl Pass is the free side of the Brawl Pass is being buffed. We're going to be getting more coins, more credits, and more power points and whatnot. So that's cool. Records are being rebalanced to maybe make some of them a little easier. And we're also going to be getting new records for Brawl Arena. Pardon me. The trophy road is being updated. You guys may remember from last update how they changed how the the trophy road looked visually, so it kind of looks like you're going throughout Star Park. They've updated the third area in the trophy road, which is Frontier World. So it's kind of like that's for Ranger Ranch, which is for the Gold Arm Gang, Belle, Sam, and Pearl. And there's Mike's Mines, which is obviously for the gem miners, Dynamite, Carl, Jackie, and Wild West Town with Shelly, Colt, and Spike. So that's cool. I do like the update. I kind of wish maybe they just added like another section, like not like I don't mean like there was like a fourth part to the Frontier World. I mean like they added the fourth area after Frontier World. I don't remember what area that is. I kind of wanted them to do that, but I mean I suppose maybe they just need more trios for that. Maybe who knows? We'll see. Uh, Trophy tier icons have now been replaced with these badges, and those will appear on those are going to appear on your battle cards before just before each match. They're going to replace where the record icon is, and now this means there are new tiers above 1,000 trophies. This this game cannot leave the trophies alone, can they? I'm literally trying to get certain brawlers to 1,000 trophies, and Brawl Stars cannot go 1 year without changing how that works. Brawl Stars, why? No, it's fine. It's fine. And I'm still gonna just focus on getting this brawlers to 1,000 trophies, whatnot, and I'm not gonna bother anything else. So yeah, there's new tiers that you can get. You can get 1,200 trophies, 1,500 trophies, and 2,000 trophies, respectively. And again, like I said, they replaced the record icons on your battle card. We're going to be getting more permanent modes in the game. So, I mean, from what I've seen, it seems like we're obviously getting Brawl Arena, like I mentioned earlier, and we might be getting stuff like Volley Brawl added permanently. Who knows? But also each modes are gonna like refresh at the same time. So before it was like before usually work it was like oh like gem grab and brawl ball get refreshed at like 9 a.m. and heist and knockout sort of like 3 p.m. showdown at 9 p.m. and whatnot. Now they're all going to be happy. They're all going to be refreshed at the same time, just for a little more consistency, I guess, just globally. And the last thing I have written down is that we've got a new Shelley portrait. I uh, I don't really see what was wrong with the old Shelley portrait. I mean don't get me wrong. It's not. I don't think it's bad, but it just it just feels a little weird. It's like it doesn't quite fit the art style for Brawl Stars. I like the older. I like the old portrait fine. There was nothing wrong with it, but it's just the hand we're dealt with. And yeah, that's it. That's all 4.5 pages of notes I had written down. I spent 3 hours last night writing, so I could put that there, and that's the Brawl Talk discussion. Hopefully by the time the next Brawl Talk comes out, I'll actually my Switch 2 will actually be able to run YouTube, and then I'll actually be able to react to the Brawl Talk and whatnot. We'll actually go back to Brawl Talk reaction videos and whatnot. So we'll have to see how that goes. But anyways, that is going to do it for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss an upload made by me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.